What is up, friends and fans? My name is Nate. Welcome back to some Black Ops 3. Today we have for you a team deathmatch on the map Combine. I do fairly well in it. I go like 23-2. Pretty nice game. Very proud of it. Followed by a team deathmatch on the map Exodosis. I'm 90% sure the name is. I also do well on that. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I get a double digits in kills and like a single digit death ratio. Altogether, I get like a 10.5 KD in both games combined. So very proud of these gameplays. I'm very proud of how I did these. These are something I really want to show off. But the gameplay isn't exactly what I want to talk about today, despite the fact that it's semi-relevant to today's topic. I'll cite it a couple times. But today what I want to talk about is how you can improve your Black Ops 3 KD and really just maximize it. So I've been doing this series almost traditionally since Black Ops 2 came out, right? I made one for Black Ops 2, I made another for for Ghosts, and then I made another for Advanced Warfare, and now I'm doing one for Black Ops 3. And I'm very proud of the integrity I put into these videos, because I don't release them until I feel confident that the knowledge I have is insightful and useful. And despite the fact that I release these at times that aren't the best, I feel like people still have something to get out of these videos. So anyway, without further ado, some tips to improve your kill-death ratio in Black Ops 3. So first thing is first, sensitivity. This is a big thing that I don't feel like a lot of people sufficiently talk about. There's this consensus, for whatever reason, that the higher your sensitivity, the more it means about you as a player, right? The higher your sensitivity, the more integrity you have, or something like that, right? Like, oh man, I play on a 10 sensitivity. Well, that's why you're 1 in 10, you dipshit. You know, it's ridiculous how the notion that the higher sensitivity is, the better you are. That's not true, you know? A lot of MLG players, I think Nadeshot plays on like a 3, you know? Personally, I play on a 4 to 5 sensitivity depending on the game. I like this because the higher your sensitivity, the better you'll perform in terms of response in close quarters combat, right? But at the same time, also the higher your sensitivity, the much more difficulty you'll face when aiming down the sight at long ranges and trying to engage there. Your accuracy will be severely affected depending on the distance, right? So I like a lower sensitivity. I like a 4, right? That's stable for me because I struggle at being accurate at longer distances. Yet I feel like since I pre-aim a lot of corners and things like that, I'm very conservative in my approach to the game. I'm able to keep my sensitivity that low. So that's how it works for me. You really should experiment with this though. I mean, when I first started playing, I played at a 7 back in COD 4. I did pretty awful, you know. That was a pretty bad. Oh god, those were very bad years for me. But as I adapted to the game, as I realized sensitivity was a significant factor, I've gotten much better at the game. So I think that's important if you're just starting out, or if you're relatively new to the series. Second thing, I know this is probably stressed in a lot of tutorial videos, but it's for good reason. Minimap. You want to pay attention to that thing. The thing in the top left-hand corner, that dictates every little piece of knowledge you will need to navigate the map, okay? It tells you not just where the enemies are, it tells you where they're spawning, where they're dying, where your team is, where your teammates are dying. Things of that sort. They're very big. You see me pre-aim a lot in both these gameplays, and sometimes I won't pre-aim though. It's almost random. It's not. The way I'm pre-aiming is I'm dictating it upon where are the enemies spawning, right? Wherever the enemies are now, I can assume they're either going to be there when I get there, or they're going to be behind me when they all get killed by my teammates. So I can really, I can navigate a lot better and predict the enemy's movement patterns a lot more efficiently. While at the same time, when I'm in a room or something trying to clear it for opponents, I can check that minimap, see if any of my teammates are in the same room with me, and if they go into room, and if they get killed, or if they don't, or if they kill someone, I can know whether or not I need to go in that room too, or whether or not it will be cleared as well. So the minimap is a very significant source of information that really should be referred to as much as possible whenever it's in your capacity. But in that same regard, you also want to stay off of it as much as possible, right? I personally run Ghost and Blast Suppressor. I believe everyone that has these perks should do the same thing. If you don't have Ghost unlocked yet, use a launcher, shoot down all of those UAVs like hell, right? I'm snapping right now. I'm not sure if you can hear me. But shoot down those UAVs if you have a launcher, because that's going to help your team a lot. Minimap data is very beneficial to whoever has the most of it, right? Personally, I run a UAV, but I don't run a counter UAV. You could do that, I suppose. It definitely puts the enemy team at a very significant disadvantage, although I feel like I kind of want the enemies to come at me at this point. So that kind of benefits me in a sense. But seriously, stay off the minimap. Blast Suppressor, essential. Ghost, very beneficial if you haven't unlocked yet. The reason Blast Suppressor is such a big deal and it's so relevant is because you are going to use your blast a lot, even if you don't notice it. It's going to be a very significant part about your gameplay. And every time you use it, if you don't have that perk, enemies are going to know where you are, and they're going to snap to you like fucking piranhas. It is awful. So keep that perk on you. Alright, next tip. this is I guess you could say it's controversial, but I don't understand why people don't use this. It is that camping and head glitching are completely acceptable so long as it's benefiting you and or your team in some way, right? There's this notion in the community that that people who head glitch and camp are oh, they're cheating because their tactics are overpowered. Bullshit, they're overpowered. No shit, that's why I'm using them, you know? When you put yourself in a strategically placed head glitch where you know the enemies are coming at you from one area because you refer to your minimap, mind you, then you put yourself at a very good advantage, at a very good geographical position to neutralize any enemies coming your way, right? To do anything else, to put yourself out in the middle, out in the open for the enemies just to jump over you and then turn on you is a bad idea, right? Always use whatever advantage you have, no matter what XX420 Blaze It Corey XX says after the game is irrelevant. So long as you are going positive in the game, so long as it is helping you out, helping your playstyle, camping, head glitching, all very acceptable if they're putting you in an advantage, right? I mean, in wars, right? The U.S. government doesn't say, oh, well, you know, these guys, they don't have an air force, so you know it'd be overpowered and it'd be unintegral to use our. No, hell no. They'll say, oh, these guys don't have an air force. Fuck yeah, let's wreck them. You know, that's a mentality you need to adopt. If it benefits you, do it. Play smart. You know, and going off of that point, almost segueing, I want to talk about mentality. Psychologically, this may not be a big deal for most people, but it is to me. And that's that I'm always pretending I'm on a score streak. And the reason being is I noticed that that in-game, every life you have really doesn't matter. It's not that significant. And I use it very liberally as a result, you know? I'll go put myself in risky situations, often disadvantageous situations, and as a result, I'll get killed a lot, right? But when I'm on a score streak, I noticed that, you know, when I'm going like 5-0 or I'm going 10-0, I've got something to lose. I've got my score streaks to lose, right? So as a result, I play smarter. I play a little more passively, though not necessarily. I play conservatively. I play smart. And that's what I do when I'm on score streak. So I adopt this mentality of fake it till you make it. I'm always pretending in my head that you, Nate, you are on a score streak right now and you do not want to lose it. I'm always pretending that, and it works wonders on me. It's amazing how well that benefits my play style. Although you may experience similar results, I'm not you. I can't tell you. I don't know your psychological conditions right now. But for me, it very much works. Lastly, not exact. This isn't a very good segue. But lastly, when you're approaching an area where you believe the enemies to be camping, to be head glitching per se, always try and avoid it. If not, approach it at an angle they will not expect. Right? If you have to go through a high traffic area where you imagine someone is head glitching, try and wall run over them and then turn around and gun them down. Try and wall run on top of them. Try and engage them from the top. Try and get them where you have the maximum visibility of your target, or your target is least expecting you to give you the highest potential chance at winning. Because whenever you are approaching someone in a head glitch, you are at a disadvantage. Whenever you are in a head glitch and someone is approaching you, they are at a disadvantage. So you really need to make the most of it, and you really just don't want to approach those guys in general unless absolutely necessary. But when it is, always try and surprise them. Give them a little, sort of thing, right? And sometimes it won't work. Oftentimes it won't, but I guarantee you'll experience better results than if you just ran at them and suicide rushed them. Anyways, guys, this has been the video. Oh my God, we're already running at 8 minutes, 30 seconds, baby. Anyway, thank you for watching. My name's Nate. Hope you enjoyed. If you like, dislike. If you disliked, hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day, everybody, and Happy New Year. It's coming up in just a couple days. Bye-bye, everyone.